Dear students, in this video we will discuss about transitive and intransitive verb. This video is useful for class 5 and onwards. So let's start the video.
Dear students, let's discuss the transitive verb and intransitive verb. Okay, transitive verb and intransitive verb. You know transitive is divided in two parts. Transitive having direct object, having indirect object. Having direct object, having indirect object. Then intransitive verb, you know, verb of action, or we also call it dynamic verb, or verb of being, or we also call it linking verb or stative verb. Okay, transitive verb can be divided having one object or having two object. One object means direct object, two object means both direct and indirect object. Then intransitive verb, verb of action, verb of being. Verb of action we also call it dynamic verb. Then verb of being we also call it linking verb or stative verb. Okay, dear student, let's discuss what is transitive verb. Okay, so you know transitive divided in two parts, having direct object, having indirect object. That means transitive verb means the verb having object. Okay, the verb having object. What is object? The object of a sentence is the person or thing that receives the actions of the verb, that receives the action of the verb. The object may be a noun, or may be a pronoun, or may be a thing. Okay, object may be a noun, may be a pronoun, or may be a thing. Receives the actions of the verb. It is who or what that subject does something to. Okay, just look at this. He bought a cow. He bought a cow. The teacher taught us English. The mother gave her son sweet. Do you know he? Subject, verb. The teacher, subject, taught, verb. The mother, subject, gave, verb. Okay. The object of a sentence is the person or a thing. Here person maybe we can call a noun or a pronoun or a thing that receives the action of the verb. That receives the action of the verb. It is the who or what that the subject does something to. Okay, take an example. He bought a cow. Okay, he bought a cow. He bought a cow. That means here he is subject, bought is verb, and a cow is an object. I learned an essay. I learned an essay. I subject, learned verb, an essay object. The teacher taught me English. The teacher subject, taught verb, me object, English also object. The mother gave her son sweet. The mother subject, gave verb, her object, sweet object. Okay, so in each of the sentence the verb require object. Okay, in each of the sentence the verb require object. That is cow, essay, me, English, son, sweet, to make the meaning of the sentence. Hence, such verbs are called transitive verb. That means if in a sentence there is an object, that will be considered as a transitive verb. Okay, whether it contains one object or two object, that doesn't matter. There should be an object in a sentence. Okay. We will detail discuss what is direct object, what is indirect object. Okay. If the verb is not used in this sentence, the meaning of the sentence remain incomplete. Okay, just he a cow, the teacher us grammar, the mother son sweets. If you removed the verb, that will be incomplete. So these verbs are called transitive verb. Clear? Transitive means the sentence having object, whether maybe one object or two object, that doesn't matter. There should be an object. Okay, when we put a question to the verb, okay, when we put a question to the verb like what, which, whom, we get object. Such verbs are called transitive verb. Okay, such verbs are called transitive verb. He bought a cow. What bought? Just simply ask, what bought? A cow, that is an object. Okay, I learnt an essay. What learnt? What did I learn? What I learnt? An essay, that is object. Okay, such verbs are called transitive verb. You know there are two objects, that is direct object and indirect object. If a sentence has two objects, that will be called ditransitive. Ditransitive, di means true, okay, di means two. If a sentence has a two object, that will be considered as ditransitive, okay, direct object and indirect object. So let's define what is direct object. A direct object is a noun or pronoun that directly receives the action. That directly receives the action. Okay, I know him. I love sweets. He helped me. Sheetal sings a song. The teacher explained the rules. Okay, so here how to find the direct object? How to find the direct object? Dear students, if you want to find out a direct object in a sentence, you have to ask the question what or whom about the verb. Okay, what or whom about the verb. The first example, I know him. I know him. I know him. Whom do you know? Whom do you know? I know him. That means I have already told you. I just ask the question what or whom to the verb. Okay. I love sweets. What I love? What I love? The answer will be sweets. Okay. What I love. Just ask the question what or whom to the verb. To the verb. What I love. What I love. Sweets. So it will be direct object. He held me. He held me. Whom did he help? Whom did he help? Me. That is direct object. Sheetal sings a song. Sheetal sings a song. So here Sheetal subject, sings verb, a song, direct object. What does Sheetal do? Sings a song. What does Sheetal sing? What does? A song. The teacher explained the rule. What explained? What explained? The rules. What did the teacher explain? Okay, just ask the question what or whom to the verb. Then you will definitely get the answer, that is direct object. Okay, that directly receives the action. I know him. I know him. I love sweets. He helped me. Sheetal sings a song. The teacher explained the rule. Okay, that is direct object. But in sometimes there should maybe two object in a sentence. You know that is called a ditransitive verb. Ditransitive. Okay, dear students, let's discuss what is indirect object. Okay, indirect object. And indirect objects proceed the direct object. It tells us who is receiving the direct object. Suppose take an example. Just look at this example. He teaches us grammar. Just I have already told about. Ask what or whom about the verb. You will get direct object. You will get direct object. He teaches us grammar. What? What does he teach? What does he teach? Grammar. That is direct object. That is direct object. He teaches us grammar. Whom? Whom does he teach? Us. Us. So here us will be indirect object. Us will be indirect object. Suppose take another example. He called me. He called me. He called me. Here that is one object, me, and that will be direct object. That will be direct object. If a sentence there is only one object, that will be considered as a direct object. Okay, if in a sentence there is only one object, that will be considered as a direct object, whether it may be a non-living things or living things. But if in a sentence there are two objects, that is one will be living, another will be non-living. So here he teaches us grammar. Here us is living. Yes, here us is a pronoun, personal pronoun. That is indirect object, and grammar is direct object. Okay. Another example, she gifted me a watch. Okay, she gifted me a watch. So here watch is what? What gifted? What did he gift? Watch, that will be direct object. Okay, direct object. Me, that is personal pronoun, that will be considered as indirect object. Just another way to identify the direct object. Another way, that is she gifted me a watch. She gifted me a watch. Suppose I remove this word. Okay, he teaches grammar. He teaches grammar. That is a meaningful sentence. He teaches grammar. That is a meaningful sentence. That is direct object. She gifted me a watch. She gifted a watch. She gifted a watch. That is also meaningful sentence. That is direct object. Okay, the police arrested the thief. So this is a simple sentence, that is the thief is direct object. The thief is direct object. As I have told about that, living beings or personal pronoun will be considered as indirect object. But in this case there is only one object. Okay, in this sentence there is one object, that is the thief, and the thief will be considered direct object. In a sentence, if there is one object, whether it may be living or non-living, that will be considered direct object. If there is one object, okay, one object, that will be called as direct object. If there are two objects, there is one will be direct and another will be indirect object. Okay, there are two ways. First, you have to ask the question what or who. Another way to find out the indirect object. He teaches us grammar. He teaches a grammar to us. He teaches a grammar to us. If you want to replace the indirect object to the end, then you have to put a, or you have to use a preposition. He teaches a grammar to us. She gifted a watch to me.
Your example, my father gave me a book. Okay, so here first indirect object me and direct object a book. Okay, so you can also exchange. You can also replace the direct object and indirect object by using a preposition. So here my father gave a book to me. Okay, so here you just using the preposition. So here this is the exercise for you. Try to do this on your own. Put the following sentences in the form of a table showing the subject, verb, indirect object and direct object. Okay, you can take a screenshot of it. Then next rewrite the following sentences using the direct object before the indirect object. Okay, so you have to use preposition here. Okay,
so there are two objects, one is direct object and another is indirect object. Clear? Transitive verb, intransitive verb. Transitive verb means those verbs having object, whether it may be one object, maybe two object. One object will if there is one object, that will be direct object. Okay, if there is one object, that will be direct object. Clear? Transitive, intransitive. Transitive verb having one object, having two object, having direct object or having indirect object, or in a sentence there can be two objects as we have discussed in the example. Clear? Dear students, that is a task for you and you have to do it. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can also comment in the comment box.
then next intransitive verb.
You know, intransitive verb is divided into two parts. First, verb of action or dynamic verb, and second one is verb of being or linking verb or copular verb or stative verb. Okay, intransitive verb divided into two parts. First one is verb of action or dynamic verb. Then second one is verb of being, linking verb or stative verb or copular verb. Okay, so let's start. What is intransitive verb? What is intransitive verb? Okay, dear students, look at the example. The dogs are barking. My brother sleeps. Daily at 10 p.m. Some boys ran fast. The bus stopped. They are sitting there. Okay, the dogs are barking. This is action. Okay, the dogs are barking. That means here some action is performing by the dogs. That means they are barking. The dogs are barking. So here barking, that is action. Okay, that is action, and we call this is dynamic verb or verb of action. And here the action doesn't pass to an object. Okay, here the action, that is barking. The dogs are barking. Here the action barking doesn't pass to over an object, and such verb will call an intransitive verb. Okay, intransitive verb. Transitive means there should be presence of object. Intransitive means the verb that doesn't require an object. Okay, doesn't require an object. That is known as intransitive verb, and intransitive divided into two parts: verb of action, verb of being. So here that is verb of action. Verb of action. My brother sleeps daily at 10 p.m. Here sleeps, that is also action. Some boys ran fast. Ran, that is also action. The bus stopped, that is also action. They are sitting there. These all are action, or we call it verb of doing or action verb or dynamic verb. And these verbs require no object. That means it can make a complete sentence itself. The dogs are barking, that is a complete sentence. My brother sleeps daily at 10 p.m. There is no object in this sentence. That means here the verb doesn't pass to any other noun or pronoun. My brother sleeps daily at 10 p.m. Some boys ran fast. The bus stopped. They are sitting there. These verbs are called intransitive verb. Which verb? Barking, sleeps, ran, stopped, sitting. These are intransitive verb. Okay. In these sentences, the verbs require no object. Okay. They express complete meaning. Hence, such verbs are called intransitive verb. Okay. Remember, an intransitive verb is a verb that denotes an action which doesn't pass over to an object or which express a state or being. Okay, which express a state or being, or it can be action. Okay, dynamic verb or maybe verb of being or linking verb or copular verb. Okay, dear students, let's first discuss what is verb of action or dynamic verb. Okay, suppose take an example, it rained. It rained. The sentence is complete. The verb it is followed by the intransitive verb, that is rained. You can also add adverb heavily to describe how it rained. Okay, it rained. It rained. Here rained is an intransitive verb. Okay, rained is an intransitive verb. Dear students, let's discuss more example about dynamic verb. Okay, they were talking loudly. They were talking loudly. Here that means the action is performed, that is we are talking. Okay, we are talking, that is dynamic verb or doing verb or verb of action. Okay, you can also add adverb after the verb. Okay, adverb, just previous example, it rained heavily. It rained, it is also a complete sentence. But if you want to describe how it rained, okay, you can also add adverb at the end. They were talking loudly. The train has come now, that is adverb. Okay, the train has come, that is intransitive verb, or we also call that is dynamic verb. That means it requires no object. There is no object in these sentences. Okay, she worked regularly, that is adverb. She worked. Here worked is verb of action or dynamic verb, that is intransitive verb. Okay, wind blew very hard. Here blew, that is intransitive verb or verb of action, and that is adverb. The moon rose suddenly. Here rose is intransitive verb. We also call it verb of action. We are discussing all about verb of action or dynamic verbs that come under intransitive verb. Okay, suddenly adverb. She went away, intransitive verb. Away adverb. The boys ran fast. Ran intransitive verb and fast adverb. The ship sank. The ship sank. Here sank is which type of verb? Dynamic verb or verb of action? That is intransitive. Okay. The sun shines brightly. You can also add brightly adverb. Shines, which verb? Intransitive verb. The train stopped. The train stopped. That is intransitive verb. Next, the phone rang. Here rang is intransitive verb. The girls danced. Dance also intransitive verb. These all sentences are verb of action or verb of doing or dynamic verb, that all come under intransitive verb. That means these verbs require no object. They themselves make a complete sentence. Okay, dear students, let's discuss the next part, that is linking verb or copular verb or stative verb. Okay, some verbs are always linking verbs because they never describe an action. Okay, they never describe an action. That may be in the form of state, or we also call it linking verb. Okay, linking verb is divided into basically three parts. Okay, to be, to become, to seem. Okay, mainly divided into three categories. First, to be. To be is, am, are, was, were, has been, have been, is being, are being, was being, were being, will, have been. These verbs come under to be, and these verbs are always used as linking verb. Okay, linking verb. First one, to be. Okay, then to become. Become, becomes, became, has become, have become, had become, will have become. These verbs come under the category of the verb form, that is to become. Okay, to become. These verbs are called to become. Then to seem, seems, seemed, half seemed, is seeming, was seeming, were seeming, will seem. These verbs come under to seem. Okay, these are the linking verb. There are also more other linking verb. Just the student, take an example. The ball is red. Okay, the ball is red. Here is a linking verb. Okay, here is a linking verb that connects the subject ball to inform about that it is red. Okay, the ball is red. Here is a linking verb that connect the subject ball to inform about that it is red. Okay, next example, the children are smart. Okay, here are is a linking verb that connect the subject children to inform about that subject that they are smart. Okay, the children are smart. Here are is a linking verb that connect the subject children inform about the subject that the children are smart. Okay, next example, the cat seems nice. Okay, the cat seems nice. Here seems is a linking verb. Okay, seems is a linking verb. Okay, seems links the subject cat with information about the cat that it is nice. Okay, dear students, let's discuss how the intransitive verb can be represented. Okay, subject plus linking verb plus adjective. Okay, subject plus linking verb plus adjective. She is intelligent. Okay, this is linking verb. This is copular verb or stative verb. Okay, she is intelligent. Here is linking verb. Okay, subject, linking verb, adjective, intelligent adjective. Okay, those birds are thirsty. Those birds subject, are is linking verb and thirsty is adjective. They became rich. Their subject became verb. Which verb? Linking verb, then rich adjective. The girl became happy. The girl became happy. The girl subject became intransitive verb, that is linking verb and happy adjective. The food was tasty. The food subject was linking verb, that is intransitive, tasty and adjective. The sky grew dark. Here grew linking verb, dark adjective, the sky subject. Okay, the lion was angry. The lion subject was linking verb, angry adjective. The rose smells sweet. Smells linking verb, smells linking verb. Okay, the rose subject, then sweet is an adjective. Okay, he is honest. Honest adjective is linking verb, he subject. Okay, her daughter looks beautiful. Looks linking verb, beautiful adjective, her daughter subject. Okay, these are all intransitive verb. There is no object in all this sentence. Here there is absence of object. Okay, this is the way we can write the intransitive verb using the linking verb. Using the linking verb, not action verb. Okay, that is verb action. We use linking verb to represent the intransitive verb. Okay, dear students, let's learn the another way to represent the intransitive verb using linking verb. Okay, here the structure is subject plus linking verb plus noun. Okay, John is my student. John is my student. Okay, John subject is linking verb, then my student, here that is noun. Okay, C.V. Raman subject was linking verb, a scientist, noun. His uncle looks a doctor. His uncle subject, looks linking verb, then noun, a doctor. My father is a teacher. My father subject is linking verb, a teacher, that is noun. He is our captain. Okay, he is our captain. He is subject, is linking verb, our captain, that is noun. Okay, captain, that is noun. Here all verbs are intransitive verb. Okay, here no action is performed. Okay, here no action is performed. John is my student. C.V. Raman was a scientist. His uncle looks a doctor. My father is a teacher. He is our captain. These all are intransitive verb. Which part? That is verb of being or copular verb or linking verb. Okay, so I think you have got a complete idea about transitive verb and also intransitive verb. Okay, intransitive verb divided into two parts. First one is verb of action or verb of doing or dynamic verb. Then second one is verb of being or linking verb or copular verb. Okay, dynamic verb can be represented using subject plus action word plus adverb. If you want to provide more information about the verb, then you can also add verb at the end. And the way to represent the intransitive verb using linking verb or verb of, yes, linking verb or verb of being or stative verb. Okay, first one is subject plus linking verb plus adjective, then second one is subject plus linking verb plus noun. Okay,
So all the examples that I have discussed, like the ball is red, the children are smart, the cat seems fine. Okay, so without red, smart and fine, the sentence remain incomplete. So these words like red, smart and fine, these words are known as verb of incomplete predication. Okay, so these words are also known as complement. Okay, like she is intelligent, then thirsty, rich, happy, tasty, dark, angry, sweet, honest, beautiful. These all words are known as verb of incomplete predication. So without it the sentence remain incomplete. Okay, so these all are intransitive verb. Each sentence remain incomplete without the verb of incomplete predication. Okay, the verb of incomplete predictions also known as a complement.
so let's start. What is complement? The complement is the essential part of the sentence without which there is no meaning of the sentence. It generally comes after the linking verb or transitive verb plus object. Okay, just take an example. Rohit is an intelligent boy. Okay, Rohit is an intelligent boy. So here Rohit is subject, is that is linking verb, intelligent here that is adjective. That means here intelligent. Who is intelligent? Rohit is intelligent. That means intelligent gives information about the subject. Intelligent gives information about the subject, that is Rohit. Okay, Rohit is an intelligent boy. Here this is a complement. Which complement? That is subject complement. That means it gives information about Rohit. Here Rohit is subject and intelligent, that is your adjective. Okay, adjective, intelligent adjective. So complement can be used in a sentence as an adjective or as a noun. Just take another example. John is a doctor. Okay, John is a doctor. John is a doctor. So here John is subject, is linking verb, doctor, that is noun. Okay, doctor. So who is doctor? Here who is doctor? John is doctor. That means doctor gives information about John. Here John and doctor are same person. Here John and a doctor, they are not different person, they are the same person, one person, John and doctor. John is a doctor. So here the doctor, that is subject complement. The doctor is a subject complement. Why? Because it gives information about John. So here subject, that is John. Clear? So here a doctor, that is a noun and that is known as subject complement. Okay, complement can be used as an adjective or as a noun in a sentence. John is a doctor. So here doctor is subject complement. Okay, clear? It gives more information about the subject and object. It can be used as an adjective or noun in a sentence. Okay, just take another example. I made him the monitor of the class. I made him the monitor of the class. So here that is, yes, so here that is subject, made. So here made is verb, him here that is object, the monitor of the class. Okay, I made him. Who is the monitor? Who is the monitor of the class? Him. Okay, I made him. That means the monitor gives information about I or him. About the subject or the object? About him, that is direct object. The monitor of the class. The monitor, here the monitor is complement. Which complement? Object complement. That is not subject complement, because it gives information about him, that is direct object, not about the subject. Okay, that is object complement. Okay, we will discuss briefly about the subject complement and object complement. Okay, dear students, let's learn about what is subject complement. Okay, the complement that tells about the subject of the sentence is called subject complement. Okay, that tells about the subject. Subject complement follows linking verb, not action verb. Remember, subject complement follows linking verb, not an action verb. Okay, so subject complement can be represented using in two ways. First, using an adjective or using noun. Okay, so let's start first. Subject plus linking verb plus adjective. Okay, linking verb. If you have not watched the linking verb, you can go to the playlist section and you can also watch all the linking verb. Okay, like to be, to become, to seem, become, grew. Okay, she is intelligent. Okay, she is intelligent. So here she is subject, is linking verb, intelligent that is adjective. So here which that is adjective. Okay, that tells about subject. C, that is subject complement. So here intelligent is subject complement. Okay, subject complement. They became rich. They subject became linking verb, rich adjective. So here is that tells about they, about the subject. So here rich will be subject complement. Okay, the food was tasty. The food was tasty. The food subject was linking verb, tasty adjective, that is subject complement, that tells about the food. The sky grew dark. The sky subject grew linking verb, dark, that is adjective, that is subject complement, that tells about the sky. Okay, the lion was angry. The lion subject was linking verb, angry. Okay, angry, that is adjective, that is subject complement, that tells about the lion. Okay, that tells about the subject, that is lion. Next example, the birds are thirsty. Who are thirsty? The birds are thirsty. That is subject, that is linking verb, and this is adjective and subject complement, that is subject complement. She was happy. She subject was linking verb, happy, that is adjective, subject complement, that tells about she. Okay, the rose smells sweet. The rose subject, smells linking verb, sweet adjective, that tells about the rose, that is subject complement, sweet, that is subject complement. The children are smart. Who are smart? The children are smart. Here smart is subject complement, that is adjective. Okay, that tells about the children. She seems beautiful. She subject, seems linking verb, beautiful adjective, that tells about she, that is subject complement. Okay, clear? Dear students, let's learn the another part to represent the complement. Okay, she is a dancer. Okay, she is a dancer. So here dancer is a noun. Okay, dancer is a noun. Subject plus linking verb plus noun. So here she subject is linking verb, dancer, that is noun. Okay, it gives information about the subject. Okay, so here dancer is subject complement. Okay, my father looks a doctor. My father, that is subject, a doctor. Okay, so a doctor, who is doctor? My father looks doctor. Doctor, that is subject complement. Okay, C.V. Raman was a scientist. Who was scientist? C.V. Raman, that is subject, scientist. This is linking verb, and scientist, that is known as subject complement. Subject complement, because it gives information about C.V. Raman. Here C.V. Raman and the scientist refer to same person, not two different person. Okay, C.V. Raman, scientist, same person. My father, doctor, same person. She, dancer, same person. They are my friend. They are my friends. Okay, they are my friends. They subject, linking verb, my friends. My friends, they, same. They refer to same person. Okay, that is, this is known as subject complement. He is our captain. Our captain, here captain and he refer to same person. This is subject complement. Subject complement, clear? Subject complement can be represented using an adjective after the linking verb, using a noun after the linking verb. Remember, Subject complement follows linking verb, not an action verb. Okay, clear? Dear students, let's learn the next part, that is object complement. Okay, the complement that tells about the object in the sentence, that is known as object complement. That means the complement that tells more about the object. Okay, more about the object. That this is the structure: subject plus verb plus direct object plus object complement. Okay, that means here object complement comes after the direct object. Okay, just take an example here. The people made him the leader. Okay, the people made him the leader. So here the people, this is subject. Okay, made him, him. Here this is verb, and him, that is direct object, the leader. Okay, who is the leader? They, the people, or him? Him, that means the leader gives information about him, not about the people. Here the leader and the people, they both are different, not the same person. The leader gives information about the object, not about the subject. This is known as object complement. The leader known as object complement. Okay, I consider him trustworthy. Okay, I consider him trustworthy. Subject, verb, direct object, trustworthy. This is object complement that gives information about him, not about I, about the object. Okay, trustworthy, object complement. I call her smart girl. I call her, subject, verb, direct object, smart girl. That means who is the smart girl? I or her, that is object. Smart girl gives information about her, not about the subject, about the direct object. This is object complement. He makes me happy. He, subject, makes verb, me, direct object, happy. Who is happy? I happy or me? Who is happy? He or me? He makes me happy. So here about me, that is object. Object complement. Object complement, happy. Okay, they painted the door blue. Subject, verb, direct object, object complement. Okay, the door, that the blue, that is object complement. Clear? Next example, we found him in a good mood. We found him in a good mood. That means we are in a good mood, or he is in the good mood. Him, that is object. Okay, good mood, object complement. That means it gives information about him, not about the subject, about the object. Okay, and here we, him are the different person. The doctor declared the patient dead. Who declared whom as dead? The patient, that is object. Who is object? Direct object, dead. Who is dead? The patient is dead. That means it gives information about the patient, that is direct object. So this is object complement. Okay, dead is object complement. Next example, I found them sleeping. I, subject, verb, object, sleeping. Who are sleeping? Them. Okay, they, them, it is user object, direct object. This is object complement. They named the boy Rohan. They, subject, named, verb, the boy, the boy means here the boy Rohan. So here this is object complement. We selected him the captain. Who is the captain? Him. Okay, subject, verb, object, lead, captain. So here captain and him. Okay, this is object complement. Clear? It gives information about object, not about subject. We are not captain. We selected him as our captain. The captain, that is object complement. I think you have got a complete idea about subject complement and object complement. If you have not all the previous video for part 1, for part 2, part 3, part 4, okay, go to the playlist section and watch all the video. If you have any doubt, comment in the comment box. Thank you.